Basically right now the bike's in neutral. It's a 4-speed transmission. There is no key, there is no off switch. It's kill switch only on this one. So right now your fuel's in the on position. All you gotta do is kick it, the bike's gonna fire up. Like I say, it's a 4-speed manual transmission. So down for first, up for second, up for third, up for fourth, and then down for third, down for second, half click for neutral. I think I passed it, we're in first there. Be a half click back up for neutral, and you can start the bike again. Anytime you stop this bike, you have to be in the neutral position or hold the clutch in. Other than that, like I say, it's a 4-speed transmission. Once you've got the bike out, you've got it figured out, you understand the bike and how to ride it, you're going to take it for 3 rides, 20 minutes a piece. It's brand new, so you want to take it nice and easy on these 3 20-minute rides. You're going to take it for a 20-minute ride, you're going to let it cool down for 20 minutes. You're gonna take it for another 20-minute ride, you're gonna let it cool down for 20 minutes. The third time you're gonna take it for a 20-minute ride, then you're gonna let it cool down for an hour. After that hour cool down, you're gonna go ahead and drop this 17mm drain bolt right here at the base of the engine. You're gonna let this oil drain. Sometimes if it's not draining, you have to stick something up in there, just about 1/4 of an inch or so, and that'll help it drain. Once it's drained, put that 17mm back. Right over here on this side, you've got your dipstick. When you pull your dipstick, it's got a crosshatch on it that tells you when it's full. These engines will hold 28 ounces of 10W40 wet clutch approved motor oil, which will fill to the top of this line right here, or the X's. Now, after those first 3 rides, you're gonna do that oil change. After that first oil change, you're gonna do your oil changes consecutively every 40 hours. You know, if you're ever in doubt, it's just under a single quart. It's only $7 or $8 for that quart. It takes 5-6 minutes. Go ahead and drop that bolt and change that oil, and then you have the peace of mind. You're not gonna ride this for 60 days or longer. This is your fuel drain screw right here at the base of the carburetor. It's a brass flat blade screw. If you were to turn this counterclockwise right now, it would begin to drain the fuel out of that carburetor through this hose right here. Now I'm gonna step to the other side, and that hose is going to be this one with the spring on it right here. And so you'd wanna put a cup, can, or a bottle beneath there. Now later on down the road, if you get to the point that it's extremely cold outside, your carb has gotten dirty, or you haven't ridden it an excessively long time, you may need to flip the choke up to fire the bike up. At that point, let it run for 30 to 60 seconds or until it shuts off, and then you can reach down, flip the choke down. At that point, you're good to go. If the bike has a hard time idling on its own, you've got your idle adjustment screw right up here behind the choke. If you turn that clockwise about 1/8 of a turn, that'll raise your idle to the point the bike should idle on its own. Now, right up here, you have your fuel shutoff valve. Currently, it's in the on position, telling us the fuel is flowing. If you turn it to the off position, that would stop the fuel from the tank flowing to the carburetor. Now, if you're not gonna ride this for 21 days or longer, you turn that fuel to the off position and then open this screw. When you open that screw with this in the off position, it's only gonna drain the fuel in the bowl of the carb, not the entire tank. So again, you need to drain the whole tank at 60 days. You drain the carb at 21 days. As long as it's been less than 60 days, you turn the carb back to the on position, let the bowl fill up, and you can fire the bike up, and you're ready to roll. About the only other thing you need to know, it takes 91 octane fuel, and your chain tension back here, you've got hydraulic disc brakes front and rear, so not a whole lot you need to worry about there. Your chain tension back here, you've got a roller down there and a chain guide up top. You can see I've got just under 1/8 of an inch of slack right now. If I get to the point I've got more than 1/4 inch of slack, I'm gonna wanna loosen this axle bolt right here. And then by loosening the lock nuts and adjusting these, if you back them out, it will pull your entire axle out and increase the tension. If you turn these in, it will slide your axle forward and allow more tension on that chain. Make sure that this center strip in the tire points right straight down the center of the shock, not off to one side or the other, so you can tell that your tire is in alignment. And then you can go ahead and tighten that axle back down, lock those lock nuts in. You guys are good to go. I'll help you get loaded up. You're out of here.